React, Next.js, anything in JavaScript is a good way to get started with. Yeah.
Okay, nice. But what kind of developers do you hire? Like for yourself, you don't mind getting Java people or like?
No, I don't pick up Java. Run for them, right? Scalable, right? Cost efficient, not just for today, for the next 5 years for them, right? So I'll have to always work on cutting edge solutions, cutting edge technology solutions, right? So for that I will have to choose whatever is the latest and the greatest.
Planning to host like a event so that people come for a tech people event and pick tech people from there.
So you're giving out your strategy on camera, not built. I at least have about 5 to 10 paid softwares that we use day in and day out, which we could actually build, right? I have a team for it, but it is not worth the effort.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to episode 6 of Beyond Business Hours. We have Goutham here with us today. He's a tech guy, been in the tech field for more than how many years now?
It's been over 12 years.
12 years, running multiple businesses. So yeah, Goutham, first of all, welcome to our office.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, dude, how did you get into tech? What is your journey like? What are the businesses that you're running currently? What are you building next?
So tech is something that I studied, and I never thought I was capable enough to be a developer. I was not a developer material, but I think after college I ended up being an Android developer and worked with companies like HP, Tech Systems, a bit of a large firm, couple of large firms, and then moved on to work for a startup to learn more about startups and how things can scale, how things work in the startup ecosystem. And then a couple of years there, and post that I think I started my own company. This is again into mobile apps. The first few years, even after I started my company, first couple of years, not few, the first 2 years I was still doing some development. I was still hands-on onto mobile apps, web apps, Android, iOS, and things like that. So slowly scaled up. We had a team initially we had a small team, and then we had a bunch of changes, and then I set up a larger team. We're still small, but then I don't do development anymore. I've got developers taking care of all the development. I mostly solution. I take care of the system architecture and things like that, and mostly the business.
Do you miss developing though?
I do a lot. So whenever I get a chance, let's say when the devs take more than 2 days to resolve a problem, I jump in and try to kind of solve for whatever the issue is. But I keep it very light because when you focus more on development, it takes so much time. It in itself is a full-time job. So I wouldn't be able to focus on business.
Yeah, I agree. So what are the things, you said you were into app development, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your favorite thing to build, or your something which you could easily build any day? Do you have any certain examples that you would give us?
Oh, my current favorite thing actually is not yet built, but when we keep doing a bit of experiments here and there, while we are service providers for the global market for apps, we enjoy building our own tiny little products, which we internally use for our internal purpose or other businesses that we own. So one that I'm super excited for is to kind of build an app that helps you network better. Most of us are, being in marketing, business, or any of those lines, or anybody, as a matter of fact, today always are into some sort of network, right? Be it Rotary, VNI, or any kind of clubs, Landmark or Toastmasters. So I want to make connections with people more easily. I have a product idea for it. It's just like a weekend project, but that weekend hasn't come for a few months now. But yeah, so the networking app is something that's
nice.
My current favorite. But yeah, otherwise we're building products day in, day out.
Great. So talking about app development, right? Like I know a lot of these apps that go out of relevance, or tech wise, Google Play removes them, but they are money making machines end of the day, right? Like they have AdSense, they have been running ads, they're generating certain revenue. So like if you have such apps, like how does one renew that, or do they build it again? You lose probably all your so how does that one go about doing that?
That's interesting. So basically what happens is there are, like you said, there are a lot of apps that are ghosted on Play Store and App Stores today, generally because they didn't find the right developers, but these apps are already money making machines. They're cash cows because of the subscription plans that they have. They've got Google Ads or ad formats, right? Running in them. There are users. They're easily anywhere between 10k to 100k or even 1 million users using these apps. But over the years, let's say about 3 years, 2 to 3 years, they get so outdated, and probably in the end of third year, they're removed from the Play Stores and App Stores because they don't they're not updated, right? So with current technology, if the app is about 3 to 4 years, they most of the time what happens, they're unmanageable even if you find new developers. So most developers go with saying that you should probably rebuild the whole thing, and the cost of that is very high. But there are ways to kind of revive these apps. So it takes a bit of time. So if you get the right developer in the whichever platform, it could be native, it could be React Native, it could be Flutter, or any of these apps, right? Any kind of platforms. You get the right developer. You have them. You love to have a senior developer, somebody in the solution architecture space, so who can help you revive each of them, and I think that'll bring the app back to life. And getting the right developers is a challenge. We have actually 3 apps like that right now that we're supporting.
Oh, nice. And how does one find these people? Like, how do Google know that you're getting outdated? Is it based on, what is it exactly based on?
So there are libraries, right? So any app, any product, any software product that you build has to be maintained. Majority of the people don't maintain. They try and avoid the maintenance contract. But
okay. So basically they build it once and they
build it once. I think it works forever. It does work forever, but they need to be supported with the latest libraries. They need to be supported with the right upgrades from Google. So if you're using Google Ads, you'll have to keep upgrading the Google Ads library so they release versions every 6 to 8 months. So you'll have to update your libraries.
Okay, nice. So you did talk about a lot about platforms and stuff, right? Like, so I wanted to understand, like, currently in this scenario of time, like where there's AI coming in, there's NoCode coming in, all of that, like, what is your exact opinion on NoCode, firstly?
Okay, so NoCode is brilliant. I'm sorry. So, like I said, NoCode is brilliant. Works very well for a POC. So, let's say any startup that wants to get into the market, they want to kind of get their to get the product market fit, they need to kind of have a product to even get a product market fit, right? And the quickest way to build a product is to go via a NoCode system. So in weeks, or at the most in a month or a couple of months, you'll have your product out, which is probably your MVP, the minimum viable product, and it's a prototype, right? So that'll help you understand, okay, if there's a validation with your customers, right? I mean, if you can validate the whole product with your customers. So NoCode helps you till there, right? So, but once you get your product market fit, you'll have to come back and rebuild your MVP or get into a larger format product. For that, you need a custom product development, be it a web application or a mobile application or any kind of application. You need to build it in a custom format with proper developers. Only then you can scale and all your requirements can be catered to. Otherwise, NoCode, you'll have to adjust with what the platform provides you.
You're restricted by the platform.
Yeah, restricted by the platform, right?
Okay.
So that's a big thing. Yeah.
So it's a good way for, like, say, non-tech people to explore into tech.
Yes, and get started with. But you'll have to quit at some point. You'll have to quit dating NoCode and start marrying a custom product.
Wow! So you're looking at it that's like a fling versus a marriage.
Yeah, fling versus marriage.
Very interesting thing. Crazy, dude. Like, I'm not think about it in that way. Like, because most of these no-code platforms, they're claiming, like, you're sorted for life. We don't need coders. You don't need a tech team. You just
hire. That's what even AI says today, right? We've actually moved in the last, I think, 1 year or over a year. The whole no-code hype has moved ahead. I mean, has gone behind, and AI has come ahead.
Yes.
Coding with AI has come ahead, which is your second question. AI is also great. What's great to kind of like, last week this happened. One of my developers was struggling with a certain situation, certain problem that this particular product had. One of those apps that was abandoned.
Okay.
So we didn't want to redesign the whole architecture or the whole system. We were trying to solve issues, but we did not want to put a patch that works temporarily, right? So he was trying to solve a particular problem, and he couldn't simply solve it, right? This guy comes with about 5+ years of coding experience. He's got hands-on full stack, and then I just had to put him on the spot, like, you figure this out in a day or two, and then he jumps back into ChatGPT or one of those platforms. He said, this is what I've written. Now this isn't working. Now how do I get this working? And they came back giving, ChatGPT or whatever AI platform that he used. It helped him give get the solution, and it did work to an extent. We thought it worked. We did push it, and but it failed at the customer side. But yeah, it works.
At least it got you out of production.
At least got me on the production. But yeah, I think AI would be supportive to developers. You can work along with AI in parallel for development. But no code is no growth.
So no code is no growth. A lot of no code platforms, once they watch this, who is this guy?
That's a truth, man. That's a truth, right? I'm being honest here.
Wow. Okay. So how far do you think we are from AI replacing your developer?
So even for AI to work, I think we have to write a piece of code. So AI, I don't think AI can replace development. It can maybe. So AI currently has been replacing mundane jobs, repetitive jobs. Ideally, AI does not replace anybody's job. So what happens is it's just an upgrade, right? So a copywriter today who's at the highest threat level, I guess. With
Yeah,
AI,
probably.
because all of us use ChatGPT for our copy and content, right? Or most of us do, at least. So what happens is they'll obviously upgrade to something else, right? So they'll upgrade to something better, right? Now, while the entire market, like the LinkedIn is full of AI copy, there is Instagram or Facebook full of AI pictures and videos and things like that. But the market is pushing back, and everybody wants to see real content than AI content. So people will upgrade in their skill sets. It's not just copywriters or marketers or anybody. Even developers, when it comes to developers and the QAs, the testers, AI might replace a small amount of their job.
Mm-hmm.
For developers, it's actually making your job easier, because we don't have to. So earlier, or even now, we go to Stack Overflow, which is a community for devs. If we have a certain, if we hit a roadblock, we go there. Because there's so many other, like millions of other developers would have contributed would have faced the same problem, and they would have contributed various solutions to the problem with a piece of code, right? And with various solutions. So we generally go there and try out various things. Now AI has made it more easier, so that it gives us the right solution for a certain problem. But AI to build a whole app is a completely another ball game, and it might come, but again, I do not know how efficient it can be.
So you talked about repetitive tasks. Are there a lot of repetitive tasks in development?
There's tons of repetitive tasks in development. So the code, for example, the best one is let's say a login flow.
Wow. Okay.
Literally, so the phone number and OTP is there in almost all the apps.
So can't you just go somewhere online and copy that and like?
Yeah, we have our own code, right? This is a very simple example, right?
Mm-hmm.
But similarly, there are a lot of other examples, like PDF creation, download of PDF, or maybe there's so many other things. There's tons of other things. Sending an email after a certain thing, checkout flows in e-commerce, upload of images. All of these are done and dusted for over 1 million times, right? There's code everywhere on the internet, but then the problem is always custom, right? That is just one part of a bigger product or one part of a bigger feature of a larger product that you are building, right? This one piece can be solved by somebody giving you the code or AI giving you the code, but the rest of it you'll have to write.
Yeah, if my UI UX designer gives like a very crazy login design.
So UX UI folks are always creative, right? They always want some better than what is there currently in the market.
Yeah.
So the developers have to build it, and that's a big challenge, right? There's always unspoken tiff between designers and developers and testers.
I know.
But if you're a good developer, you enjoy building such crazy designs, and that's what gives you the edge. That's we've been known for that for the longest time. We've been solving very large design challenges that are usually not achieved by previous developers who could not. Like other developers who the clients try to kind of get it done with. But clients love our design and development. So that's what helped us survive in the market for the last 6+ years.
Okay, nice. So the complexity of the design increases your work mainly, right? Like
it does.
It does.
It does increase the work. Yeah.
And people want complex design. So
yeah. So same login flow can be done in an hour. It can be done in 3 days or 1 week. Also based on design and.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now you know, a lot of people are trying to get into tech, and this thing, like there's a lot of jargon going around, and like full stack. I need, what code do I learn? Should I pick up Python? Everybody's selling Python courses. Should I pick up another programming language?
Yeah.
So what is the programming language for today? Like, what does one learn now?
Okay, so so there are hundreds of programming languages. Hundreds is just the lowest number that I can probably give. And yeah, like you said, full stack is a big trend. Full stack development is a big trend. What it means is, as a single developer, I can build the front end, back end. What I mean by front end is the UI design and the logics in the back end and the server side code, everything, right? So companies prefer full stack developers, but while you are a full stack developer, you need to be a master of one particular framework, one particular side. If you're a front end developer, you should be really kick-ass in getting those designers. Whatever is given, you should probably get 95% or even close to 100% of exact copy of the design that is given into a developmental format, right? And if you're a backend developer, you should be able to solve any kind of challenges. Generally, currently, Python Django or Python in itself is in its peak. Because Python, if you learn Python, you can be a full stack developer. Python Django can be a full stack development stack for you, and knowing a bit of JS, JavaScript, and other things in the front end. Also, you can scale up. Now, developers want to do more of AI than full stack development, AI programming. So Python helps you in AI programming also at some level. So yeah, so that's one language that came right off my head. But generally, over the years, it doesn't matter what programming language you should be able to code in any kind of languages. The syntax is all of them are similar. So you'll learn to do Java, you learn to do Node, you learn to do React, you learn to do Next.js, you learn to do something else. It's all once you get there, 4 or 5 years in development, you'll be able to do
all these languages.
You'll slowly pick up. Your learning curve becomes shorter.
Yeah, because like, for example, Java is like 90 years old, right?
Yeah. Java's become like the legacy system now.
Yeah, and is it still relevant? People still like learn Java, or like?
I should tell you this situation that happened. So I keep also like a hobby or like a passion. I keep helping students and helping students from engineering and computer science background to kind of in their career path, right? Guiding them through their career path. Recently, I think in August, the last month, there were two kids, college kids, who in the third year of engineering, I believe. They came to me with a list of all Java, actually a course list of Java, saying that I want to learn Java, and these are the things that I want to learn in Java, so that I can get a good job. Full stack Java developer is what I want to become, and help me out find the right track, right? And I was like, okay, now first of all, who told you to learn Java?
Yeah, where to get this idea?
Because there are millions of Java developers who are,
it's a competitive market,
it's a competitive market and a lot less jobs. There's more supply than demand in the Java space. So there is no, there's no harm in learning Java. It's one of the best languages. But after you learn, getting a job is so competitive. right? It's very, very tough. Obviously, the large banks and very large banks use Java as their systems because it was built several years ago. Now it cannot be migrated that easily. It takes years. Like how we have 5-year plan, they have a 5-year plan to migrate from
to new tech
systems. New tech, right?
Wow, okay.
So for that reason, it costs millions of dollars for them. Tens of millions of dollars actually to migrate. So they don't migrate. As long as it's working, it's working. So you'll get jobs in such places, on like places which use legacy systems, but I don't.
But then again, in such places, I don't think you're, you'll be coding, but not exactly thinking what to code and.
Yeah, you'll be in production support.
Yeah.
More of what we say in South, Patti-tinkering. You don't actually. You don't actually build large features. You'll be fixing issues and things like that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So you're saying like if someone wants to learn or get into tech now, we pick something niche, or like say Python is a very good start, right?
Python, React, Next.js, anything in JavaScript is a good way to get started with. Yeah.
Okay, nice. But what kind of developers do you hire? Like for yourself, you don't mind getting Java people or like?
No, I don't pick up Java. We have to be. See, I cater to startups and mid-sized businesses mostly, and we have to solve their problems in a very cost-efficient way, as well as cost time efficient, and as well as something that works for the long run for them, right? Scalable, right? Cost efficient, not just for today, for the next 5 years for them, right? So I'll have to always work on cutting edge solutions, cutting edge technology solutions, right? So for that I will have to choose whatever is the latest and the greatest. If I'm going and choosing Java for Android development, it's I'm already out of the game. So I would rather choose something like Kotlin or Flutter as my go-to choice, but not Java. Hiring, again, depending on the requirement, each requirement. So technology differs for each type of need. For each need that the customer has. For example, if you need to build a chat system, it's a different technology. We generally use Node because it's a WebSocket programming. We don't use PHP or Python or Java for it. If we need something to do in AI, we use Python or R. Or if we need to, if we just need to build a simple website and with a simple backend to it, we will probably go with a React and a PHP, or a React and Python. So.
Yeah, you're dropping names.
I'm sorry if I'm using too much of jargons and frameworks.
So it's good for SEO also. It's fine. React, all these will go on our description and stuff But yeah, I'm quite interested in the whole tech space, even though now we are looking for a developer, so that we need someone young who has actually we're planning to host a event so that people come for a tech people event and pick tech people from there.
So you're giving out your strategy on camera.
It's fine, we'll let more people do it. At least my event would be successful. More tech people watch this,
Yeah.
No, so the thing is even though we don't have the tech knowledge, we have enough knowledge in what to build and stuff like that, right? That's the reason why we are thinking, we need a developer on board full time so that he can build simple stuff for us. because we are end of the day we are doing a lot of repetitive tasks. Like I sit and fill Excel sheets and I fill a lot of different things. Like I understand like my company. So these are all things can be like solved with the tech, right?
Yeah, I honestly think you don't need to hire a developer for that, because most of the everyday day-to-day problems, like the chores that we do at office, they're all solved through various automations or various simple softwares. These are weekend projects built by a lot of tech folks that can solve.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I don't want to buy softwares anymore. So
yeah, there are open source, there are free versions of, like how you have Chrome extensions for various things, right? Like for SEO, you might be using something like Lighthouse or something like that, right? These are simple Chrome extensions. There are various simple products that can be apps that can be downloaded and used. Like for example, today we use MailChimp or all of that for email automation, but there's a free way to kind of do it with mail merge. On an Excel, you just put a bunch of your,
I know. Yeah, I know. So
there's a free way, there's a complex way to do things.
Yeah. So I feel like, now that even in our business, right, like over a period of time, you will figure out SOPs and you will figure out operating systems. Like, okay, this is how you need to do stuff. This is how you need to do stuff. But end of the day, because we've been paying for different tech platforms and our tech cost is just increasing on a day by day basis. So to cut that short, because what we have been hearing is all the tech have the same backend which is available everywhere, but it goes on top of our heads. Like when we see that, we're like, okay, what do we do with this now, right? So a tech guy who could understand that and be like, okay, what you're doing right now is shit. Like, I could probably come and fix that in a day or two. That's not something we are looking at. Like,
Yeah. That is still, I mean, see, but you do know that the dev costs are,
that's why you want students, dude. You want a
student. Dev costs are higher than, at least the good dev costs are higher than the fractional fee that we pay for these SaaS companies.
So how much is like a developer? If I want to hire, like, obviously the top line would be like a lot.
See, if it again depends on technology, it depends on a lot of factors, right? What kind of knowledge and the kind of experience, is he a full stack, not full stack, just a front end or just a back end? If he can handle DevOps, if he can handle, again, technology also matters. Like something like Python. For something like React and Node.js is easier to get. Python is a little bit difficult to get. And then if you're going for Golang and other things, it's close to impossible to kind of find the right devs at an economical rate, right? So rates vary a lot. They vary anywhere between $3,000-$4,000 and upwards if you want to kind of get a good developer.
This is like per month, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wow. Nice.
So you can probably ballpark it at least at a $3,000 for somebody decent. Yes, you'll get somebody at $1,000 also per month, but you'd have to sit along with him to do half of his job.
Yeah, but if someone who doesn't know, you could do that probably. Like,
so what happens is that the job, something that has to be done in a month would probably take 3 months.
Okay.
Or 4 months. So that's what I meant by.
So end of the day, I'll end up paying you.
Rather pay the SaaS providers their money and get it done right. Have it immediately, right? The very second.
Yeah. That's the thing with the SaaS providers, right?
Even though I have a team of developers, I have a team of 8 to 9 developers at least. But I spend a lot on softwares that I've not built. I at least have about 5 to 10 paid softwares that we use day in and day out, which we could actually build, right? I have a team for it, but it is not worth the effort.
Okay.
From experience, it is not worth the effort. So one of the like project management tools, right? Like Jira, Trello, we use it literally every hour of the day, right? And sometimes it's tempting to kind of stop paying these guys and build our own project management tool, right? But the kind of effort, time, more than the time, the effort, the time that it takes to kind of build this, I do not wish to rebuild the wheel, right? When someone built it.
No, that makes sense. See, like, for us also, what we are thinking is not in terms of like, let's replace our SaaS. So it's mainly in terms of let's replace our manual work. Like, I'm taking stuff from one place and copying it another place, and like, that could be like a simple API connect is something we can't do.
Yeah, those simple things. I mean, simple workflows. I think you should have devs or semi devs do it.
Yeah.
But,
someone who could even understand, like that. And it's hard to find someone at that level who wouldn't take us for a ride, like, because we don't know, we have no clue what he's doing.
If you're non-tech, and if you are a dev, I mean, if you're hiring a dev, so almost all the time you would be taken for a ride, and you wouldn't even know for years. So that's how it is.
So you're saying be prepared.
Be prepared.
So you will just make up some syntax error or something, and you will be like, okay, dude, what do I do?
I can handle devs. I'm not able to handle my own devs. From the tech background, right? So sometimes I'll be like, okay, just get done with it. I'll do my job, you do your job, and let's be happy. You want extra time, just take that extra time and get done with the job.
So you're telling you ideally pay some guy, like an external agency to come in and probably do us like a workflow or like a one-time
If
thing.
it's small things, just get some experts to do it. Because one single dev cannot solve any product problem, right? So having one developer, or hiring freelancers and things like that, it's more of one point of failure. So imagine this dev falls sick for a week. Another pandemic hits, he's not available for a month. Everything stops, right? No one else can code, and you cannot hire a new dev and expect him to pick up from where he stopped. One of the most challenging things is to work on top of somebody else's code.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've heard this.
So it's not worth. So it's when you have a team of developers and somebody, a tech expert heading them, so things would almost always fall in place.
So I wanted to ask this: why is it hard to work on top of, like, if it's the same language and
the same language? So it doesn't matter. So it could be the same language. I could be Python. Another dev could be Python. So when I write my piece of code and I leave, he comes and he needs to understand what I've written, right? It's like imagine a doctor writing. Can we read? Right? So it's similar to that, right? Okay. So when I write, how legible is my handwriting so another person can read fluently, right? It takes time for him to look at it, understand, and then like, oh yeah, I guess this is this.
Okay.
And it's very similar to that, right?
So it's not like how it is in our textbooks, or like, you'll find resources online where
it's not like
the syntax is
it's not just.
So you use a lot of for lack of a better term, I would say, like, a lot of your own shorthand stuff.
So one of the most important thing is so whatever you code, you'll have to document, right? And you'll have to properly write comments for
People do that really.
In the code itself. You write comments. What is this for? Most people don't do it. You don't have time to do it, right? So that becomes a big problem. Clients are always, always pushy for deadlines, and they're like, okay, we need it. I mean, if a lot of times, while we have to estimate the time, how much it takes, instead of that happening, clients come back saying that, hey, I want this now, right? This month, end of this month, right? I have a marketing campaign next month, so get this done now. So I mean, even if it takes over a month, we'll have to put additional developers, multiple people working on it, and quickly build and deliver, right? So sometimes there is no time for developers to actually have good code commenting. So honestly, I'm not justifying that. You should have code commenting, and your code should be readable by other developers, because that's the right way to do things. These days, in the last I think last couple of years, I've been clearly telling my clients, guys, if it's not happening, it's not happening. We'll do it the right way, right? So yeah,
makes sense. I mean, that code commenting thing. I mean, I've tried my hand at Python, and and I kind of I almost become a data guy because of that. And I never used to write comments. When I started learning, they were like, you have to write comments for each thing. I'm like, why? I know it. I know what I'm writing. Why should I write what it is? That's the kind of mindset someone would come, because it just takes more time, right, to do that.
Yeah, and over time you'll forget what you've written also.
Okay.
Yeah. So that happens.
Yeah, so I feel you can't really change that. Maybe now we can have GPT go through it and be like, bro, explain what this guy has written.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I mean, because what you said, because we do a lot of whiteboarding activities, right? Where all our handwritings are very different from each other. So recently I did this, we had written a bunch of things on whiteboard, and I had to type it out because I had to send a Slack message on that. And I'm like, hey, I have everything I should have written into Slack, I was thinking. And I just took a picture and gave it to GPT. I was type this out, and it did a very good job of it. I was very surprised. I was like, oh wow, it can recognize my handwriting. Very nice one.
Amazing.
So maybe now you can push your code through GPT and be add comments.
Yeah, I think with these processors that GPT and others have, solve a lot of things for us, simplify a lot of things.
Yeah. I have one last thing I want to talk to you about, mainly in terms of your tech knowledge. So basically the question is given that you have all this knowledge right now, and if you had this knowledge before starting out your tech business, what would you change, or what was the one thing?
What would I change in my tech business?
What is the one thing you would probably do differently?
What I would do differently, very interesting. So tech, yeah. So see, I came from a very hardcore tech background, right? So when I started my business, I thought having a team of really good developers will solve everything for me, right? So clients would automatically come to me. I wouldn't have to worry about things because I had one of the best teams. So we were when I started off the company, I already had about 7+ years of experience, and the rest of my team, we were 4 of us. So the rest of them, even they were either 7 or above of experience, right? So all of us were experts in what we were doing, right? So we never had problem with coding. or any kind of design. We were able to solve any design challenges, any coding challenges. There is no problem at all. So any custom requirement that comes in from the customer, we didn't, it was very easy. We didn't even take a second to say, is it possible to do or no. It was always a yes for us, right? So but what I did not see coming, what I should have knowing, meeting you guys, meeting guys from Growth Onboard and some of the other folks from the marketing and sales space, and the way my company grew, I grew very organically. Right, slow. My customers trust me. Almost over 95% of my customers trust me, and they come back for repeat business. And I have a very strong because they understand. The moment they talk to me, I give them a tech solution. They know that they're talking to the right person, right? But how do I get those customers to me, right? Once they come to me, they don't leave me. But I had no clue about how to find customers. I never did any marketing and sales for the first 3 to 4 years. Even now, I rarely do. But one thing that I would actually go back and change is to solve for marketing and sales from day one of the business. I wish I knew, you and Naresh and the Growth Onboard team, or any of my friends in the sales and marketing space back then. Because I did not know that. See, if I was doing marketing and sales right from day one of my business, there would be so much growth. I would probably be 10x what we are today very easily because of the tech strength that we had. Plus solving for marketing and sales. We were never promoting ourselves. It was always referrals coming in. We were happy with our referrals because we had, we had enough on our plate all the time. We didn't pick up more than what we could eat. Nothing came more than what we could eat because, it was all referrals. But one thing I would solve for is definitely sales and marketing. And in tech, right now, which I think I'm already late, is I think I'll have to jump onto the AI bandwagon. So we are, so with that, we kind of just started another platform which is solving problems in the design industry for AI with using AI. So probably that's to discuss for another day.
Yeah, it's like serial. Me as a marketing and a sales guy, I'm looking for tech guys always. You as a tech guy, I'm looking always on the lookout for a marketing guy.
Yeah.
It's like that's what.
Yeah, you need to go to the experts to solve the problem.
Yeah,
right? We cannot be by being jack of all trades.
I know. A lot of people when we start, we're like, we'll do everything.
Yeah, I'll do content, I'll do tech, I'll do sales, I'll do marketing, I'll do everything. But even today, even without actually getting into the code, I still at some level I continuously am involved in tech, problem solving, solutioning. When there is some sort of blockers, I have to jump in. Then there is sales activities I'm into. Then there is existing customer related activities, key accounts activities. There's always, when you're as a business owner, you cannot not do not be away from one vertical of your business, right? You're always, your hands are everywhere.
Yeah. So
I hate to do that because it takes so much of our time. Just to take decisions itself is the biggest task of the day. Your brain drains out after you take about 10 decisions a day. After that, you can't really do anything.
Yeah, you're like, okay, leave me alone.
I'm done. I just need to, meditate or sleep or eat or watch something on Netflix.
Nice. So you definitely have to jump on the wagon of AI right now.
We're solving for AI already. We've just started, and hopefully it will be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much money flowing, there, and there is like.
I've been hearing that all big companies have started funding AI more and less of other activities.
Yeah, because see, like even for us, like, I mean, we actively reach out to tech agencies as a ICP for our, agency, right? And almost all the tech agency, if you see their website, there is the first thing you see is an AI product. I'm not even kidding. Like they have some AI product. I don't know whether AI is actually doing it or some person is doing that. And they're all like, it's built on ChatGPT. It's built on OpenAI systems. That's model and whatnot. And sometimes the product is basically like another layer of ChatGPT. That's it. It's just another GPT.
It's just another GPT.
It's like taking ChatGPT and putting your UI on top of it.
Exactly. That's what today that's what a lot of no offense, that's what a lot of marketing companies do. Not tech companies try and say that they solve for AI in different levels, but I still think we're not there yet.
I mean, I would totally do this. Like, if I get one developer, I'd pick up GPT and be like, put a new filter on it, make it some other color, and everyone's using it. Sell it as something else.
Yeah, people, I mean, wherever there's more demand, I think it's good to jump on AI.
Yeah.
Right? Like LinkedIn is a big thing right now. Everybody is jumping into LinkedIn. Everybody wants to become not everybody. Most founders, most leaders want to become thought leaders now. Everybody's generating so much content. Now the content generations become AI. Now, I mean, like it had become AI. Now the whole thing has gotten into automation. Everybody's generating content through AI, posting it through AI. Commenting through AI, engaging through AI, connecting through AI. So there are systems that have completely automated through AI. So
yeah, that's so true. Like we use it so much. Given it, I feel if OpenAI crashes tomorrow, we are screwed, dude. Like, there's so much dependency on it.
It's like this Microsoft dependency, right?
Yeah.
Last month we had this whole.
Luckily, we are not on Microsoft systems again. But it's the same. Like if OpenAI crashes, we are gone. Like sometimes we are just stuck. We don't know what next. Like, okay, dude, like we have to do this manually now.
I think I mean OpenAI being a Microsoft company, I think Microsoft is jinxed in some way from the blue screen era of death.
Yeah,
and I think it might. I mean, just being hypothetical about it. It can pass on to OpenAI, and now that everybody's using ChatGPT, and I can't imagine a day where
that's what we are thinking.
Everybody's job is like
we are thinking let's pay more to ChatGPT, dude. Like even if it goes down, we should be the first people to get out of it. That's how it usually works, right? The free users is the guys who get screwed the most. People who have custom plans, it activates faster. Like okay, make enough money, push it into it because we can't have the business stuff.
That happens, but that's very hypothetical. I don't think that will happen anyway, honestly.
I mean, dependency on AI has definitely increased, even in all kinds of businesses, I would say. And like as a tech company solving for it is like general trend what we are seeing, especially given our clientele and what people are doing. Because if you see last year to now, 90% of our of the products that we are selling are AI products.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, AI is not doing much in some of those products, but it's still an AI product at the end of the day.
Everybody's under the AI.
But there is a general trend, and I feel this boom will keep on going for a while.
I think I mean, we are in it for the next this entire decade at least.
Yeah.
Rest of the decade at least, yeah.
So yeah. To summarize, don't hire developer. Come to ThinkAlternate Technologies. Basically, convince me not to hire my own developer. Give me more projects. That's the takeaway from this.
No, I mean, do hire developers when there's an absolute need for it. Yeah, I think summary.
I mean, let's not do that summary. I think it was nice talking to you about tech. I mean, I'm sure we can talk again more.
Sure.
Different things once your new AI project is online. And
I think another episode of design for AI could be.
yeah. So we can do that again. Sure. So yeah, guys, it was great talking to Goutham, and talk to you soon again. What did I say?
Thank you so much for listening.
We'll cut that, bro.